is Sachin?
So Sachin is the name after the god of rain, that is Indra. So
Okay, tell me the tension between Azerbaijan and Armenia.
So actually there is a region named as Nagorno. I'm actually unable to recall the full name, so but that is the region on which both the countries were fighting, and we are seeing that major tensions have rose between both the countries, and because of which soldiers from both the sides were killed. So, and many countries, including France, USA, Russia, are trying to assuage the problem. So.
And one country you missed that is Turkey is also involved. What is the role of Turkey in this tension?
So Turkey is a big power in Central Asia, so that's why they are a major stakeholder in the peace that exists in the country, and they tend to take the side of the country which happens to be the Muslim majority country, sir. So that's why we are seeing that, I'm not sure, sir, but they are supporting Armenia, as I'm able to recall, sir. So that's why we are seeing that they are
supporting Armenia.
so as they are a Muslim majority country, so.
And in Middle East, UAE is now a new power.
Yes, sir.
What's the reason?
So recently we have seen that a deal was concluded between the UAE and Israel. So because of which we have seen that the relationship was restored between both the countries after many decades since the independence of Israel. So that's what we have seen. So, and we are seeing that despite the influence of Saudi Arabia, UAE have become a major power and have attracted investments also, where we have seen that they are becoming economic power, and apart from that are also having good ties with many big countries including India, USA, and nowadays we also see that they have restored their ties with Israel, sir.
And the treaty between Israel and UAE, how will impact geopolitical situation in that region?
So historically, if we see, we have seen that the Arabian countries have not supported the cause of Israel and have restricted themselves from having any relation with Israel. So the only two countries earlier which were having relations with Israel were Egypt and Jordan, so because of the geopolitical reasons which were there. And so nowadays we are seeing that the countries like Bahrain and the UAE have restored their ties, and we are going to see many countries might follow them. So this suit, where we can see that Israel can become a big player in the region, and many countries are going to have relations with them. So because of the help which is given by the USA. So.
सचिन,
Yes, sir.
आप फुटबॉल खेलते हैं?
Yes, sir.
रिसेंटली मोहन बागान बहुत चर्चा में था।
Yes, sir.
क्या रीजन?
So we have seen that the Mohan Bagan club was amalgamated with the Atletico de Kolkata club, so, and it will now be called as Atletico Mohan Bagan. So we are going to see that the resources will be pooled, and because of this we also see that there will be a larger fan base. So, and we will see that they will be able to attract more number of players or player with high caliber. So.
इसको कब एस्टेब्लिश किया गया था?
So though I'm not sure, but it was established somewhere in 19th century, sir.
हाल ही में भी जो आप बता रहे थे अजरबैजान आर्मेनिया के बारे में,
Yes, sir.
उसमें एक ग्रुप का नाम आ रहा है मिन्स्क ग्रुप। ये क्या है?
So I have to read more on this issue, sir. I am unable to recall that, sir.
मिन्स्क ग्रुप इसमें काफी ज्यादा एक्टिव है।
So I'll read on that issue, sir. Sorry, sir.
अभी जस्ट नोबेल प्राइज दिया गया है।
Yes, sir.
लिटरल का किसको किसको दिया गया?
So I had to read on that issue, sir. Sorry. I can. Yes, sir.
आपका इकोनॉमिक्स सब्जेक्ट भी रहा है इंटर में.
Yes, sir.
इकोनॉमिक्स का इस बार का नोबेल प्राइज किस विषय पर दिया गया? सब्जेक्ट क्या है?
So, yes, sir. Sir, it was related to something gambling, sir, predictability of gambling, something like this, sir, though I'm unable to recall the specific issue on which it was given, sir.
एंशिएंट एंड मिडिवल इंडिया के 5 हिस्टोरियन
Yes, sir.
का नाम आप बता सकते
Yes, sir. So, R.S. Sharma, so Satish Chandra, so Bipin Chandra, so further we can see that Ramchandra Guha ji and Irfan Habib, sir.
मॉडर्न इंडिया और वर्ल्ड
Yes, sir.
इन दोनों में जो फ्रीडम के लिए संघर्ष था एक साथ चल रहा था. इस बात से आप सहमत हैं?
So, sorry, sir, I am unable to understand the question, sir.
इंडिया का जो फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल चल रहा था
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
और वर्ल्ड में
Yes, sir.
भी उस समय एक अलग मूवमेंट चल रहा था जो कि आज़ादी के लिए था.
Yes, sir.
इस बात से आप सहमत हैं?
Of course, sir. So at that time, we were seeing that many countries in Africa, many countries in Asia were also not free, like didn't get their freedom and have got their freedom later than what India have got. So at that time, they were ruled by many colonial countries, including France, Spain, and also we have seen that England was also a major player. So many countries, including many in the Africa and Asia, have got the independence, especially in the 1950s and 60s. So of course they were fighting for their own freedom, and our Indian freedom fighter have also supported their cause. So
इंडिया चाइना रिलेशन के बीच
yes, sir.
कुषाण वंश कुषाण को जानते हैं?
So no, sir.
कुषाण वंश चला कनिष्क वगैरह थे.
Sir,
कनिष्क का नाम आपने नहीं सुना है?
Kanishk, sir. Yes, I have heard the name of Kanishk, the ruler which happened to.
कनिष्क का इंडिया चाइना रिलेशन में क्या योगदान रहा है?
Yes, I have to read more on that aspect, sir. Sorry, sir.
श्यामलाल कॉलेज से आपने पढ़ाई की है.
Yes, sir.
इसकी एस्टेब्लिशमेंट कब हुई थी? श्यामलाल जी कौन?
Yes, sir. So it was established in 1964, sir, and Shamlal ji happened to be Indian freedom fighter, sir, and was also Indian poet who wrote famous Indian flag songs, sir, Jhanda Uncha Rahe Hamara, and also got Padma Shri Award in 1969, sir.
सचिन
Yes, sir.
दिल्ली से हूँ.
Yes, sir.
दिल्ली और पुडुचेरी में क्या डिफरेंस है? दोनों यूनियन टेरिटरी.
So Delhi and
पुडुचेरी.
Puducherry, sir. Yes, sir. So we see that, so the difference can be said as that the territory of Delhi is at one place, while we see that the territories of Puducherry is spread in few states, so including the Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, sir. So that is the major difference that I found. Apart from that, both are the union territories with legislative assembly, so. And so that is the similarity we can say, but the major difference which I found is this only, sir. That, yes, sir.
आपका सब्जेक्ट इकोनॉमिक रहा है ना?
Yes, sir, in the 12th class, sir.
एलटीआर में क्या होता है? एलटीआर
Yes, sir.
क्या होता है?
So LTRO is the operations which are carried out by the Reserve Bank of India, that is named as long-term repo operations. So they are carried out to increase or decrease the money supply in the economy, so based on the situation which exists in the economy. So
ऑपरेशन ट्विस्ट
yes sir,
बताइए, ऑपरेशन ट्विस्ट के बारे में बताइए।
yes sir, yes sir. So in that we have seen that the Reserve Bank of India have performed the operations through which they have bought the long-term securities which were there in the market and issued, I think, the short-term securities. So as I'm able to recall, so
हाल ही में यार बैंक बोर्ड ब्यूरो भी न्यूज़ में रहा था,
yes sir.
क्यों रहा था तो बताएंगे?
So Bank Board Bureau is the apex board through which the chairman and various head of various big banks, which the commercial banks which are there in the country. So the head of these organizations are recommended by the Bank Board Bureau. So yes sir,
लास्ट क्वेश्चन,
yes sir,
माइक्रो इकोनॉमी और मैक्रो इकोनॉमी,
yes sir,
बोथ आर डिफरेंस क्या है दोनों में?
yes sir. So microeconomy is the study of economics at the individual level, so where we see it can be said as that at a company level, but macroeconomics is the study of economics at country level, so where we see many aspects of economy at country level. So that is the basic difference.
हाल ही में NIA नेशनल इन्वेस्टिगेशन एजेंसी
Yes, sir.
चर्चा में रही, क्यों रही थी?
So recently, I think last year, so the government have brought in several changes in the NIA Act, so through which more power has been given to the NIA, through which they can now also investigate into the matters related to the Indians who are living in the abroad. So that was the issue, as I'm able to recall. So
इसमें क्या क्या संशोधन जो अभी हुआ है 2019 में,
yes sir,
इसमें क्या क्या मतलब फिर भी लूपहोल्स है, ऐसे कौन कौन से मतलब एक जनरलाइज तरीके से जो बताना चाहोगे?
so the major, not loophole I would say, but so it is important that both the center and state should have more cooperation with each other. So through this legislation we have seen that the more power is given to the central agency. So we have seen that the power with the state agency have been neglected in some way, sir, but it is important, as I was saying, that more cooperation should exist between center and state. So that is the neglected aspect, I would say. Other than, I don't see any harm. So
भीमा कोरेगांव बैटल
yes sir.
कैसा है, मतलब किस किस के बीच हुई थी, बेसिकली क्यों हुआ था ये?
So Bhima Koregaon battle was fought 200 years ago, so where we have seen that the Dalit who were representing the Britisher, they fought the army of Peshwa and also defeated them. So it was a moral victory for the Dalit who were oppressed by the higher caste. So that is celebrated every year. So and recently we have seen that the 200 year of Bhima Koregaon battle was completed. So
प्रोफेसर सचिन,
yes sir,
आपका इंटरव्यू पूरा होता है,
yes sir.
आपको बुलाते हैं थोड़ी देर, आप बाहर जा सकते हैं।
Thank you sir, thank you sir, thank you sir.
Wait.
Okay sir, sorry sir. Yes sir.